Good afternoon, everybody. This is a group 2 that we have come up with a business name as Saltac Farms. Our location is based here in Ibadan, in Oyo State. On our Gantt charts, the first activity that comes up is the sensitization of the farmers and land acquisition. This will take place in January. All through January, we do that. As the sensitization and land acquisition is taking place, registration or enumeration of farmers will equally be going on at the same time. That is, towards the second week in January / February. This will even still continue till March. The admin departments of Saltac Farm will be solely responsible for the enumeration of the farmers. Land survey and sharing of the acquired land between farmers will equally take place in March. This will be handled by the company surveyor, who is an expert in that field. Shortly after, that is in the same March, land clearing will commence in earnest, and this will span through the month of March. The project manager for the company will be responsible for this operation. After the land clearing, we are going to do herbicide application. Herbicide application will commence from the last week in March and will span till first week in April. After the herbicide application, we'll wait for 1 week for the herbicide to walk through the soil. Then plowing operation will commence by the second week in April. After the plowing operation, we allow for the vegetative matter to decay, that we will wait for about 1 week, then harrowing machine will be introduced into the farm. This will equally take place, say, between the second and the third week in April. By the last week in April / early May, we introduce the planter. So planting of maize seed will commence last week in April / early May. As planting is being done, because we are going to use planter, the first fertilizer application will also come in. That is last week in April / early May. After the fertilizer application, that is after the planting and fertilizer application, we are going to place order with IITA. That is from the second week in May. We place order with IITA for Aflasafe. After the placing order for Aflasafe with IITA, the second day after planting, it shouldn't be an omission. The second day after planting, we are going to do our pre-emergence application. That is pre-emergence herbicide application. Pre-emergence herbicide application. Then we allow our plant to grow. At about 6 weeks after planting, we do our urea application. It is the project manager for the company that will be responsible for this activity. After the second fertilizer application, that's about the 6th week. That's about the 6th week. We do AflaSafe application. That is when our plant has grown for about 45 days now on the field. We do our AflaSafe application. That will be coming up. In June. That is 2nd week in June. 1 week after, as from 1 week after the AflaSafe application, we will invite IITA for sporulation check. That is taking place in June. Last week in June. Then we now allow our plant to grow until maturity. By the 16th week, we begin the harvest of our crop. By the 16th, as from the 16th week, it is expected that our crop will have been dry a little, at least on the plant. Then we harvest. After harvesting will take place by the 2nd week in July. After harvesting, we do our threshing and winnowing. That is going to about the last week in July. The project manager for the company will be responsible for this. After the threshing, because we have planted early maize, the moisture wouldn't have been brought down, wouldn't have come down to about 12% moisture content. So we still need to do a little bit of drying with our drying machine. After the drying, we will then bag, code, label. After the labeling, we transport them to the warehouse and we begin to aggregate even from other farms or from our other farmers around to the warehouse. After the aggregation, we then sell the harvested crops. Thank you very much.
Thank you.